Hello students, our today's topic is root of positive rational number. Okay, so if x square is equal to 2, then we can say x is equal to root 2 or x is equal to minus root 2. After taking square root of this term, we can say x is equal to root 2 or x is equal to minus root 2 because square of both the term is 2. Okay, so if n is an integer and we have x raised to n is equal to a, then we can say x is nth root of a. Then we can say x is nth root of a. We can take example. For example, if we have 2 raised to 5 and the value is 32, so here we can say 2 is fifth root of 32. So that is called as the root of positive rational number. Now that root 2 and minus root 2, these are irrational numbers, and here we will get 2 is a fifth root of 32. So these are root of positive rational numbers. So here we will see what is third. Okay. So if the definition will be, if n is an integer greater than 1, if n is an integer greater than 1 and if a is a positive real number, and if nth root of x is equal to that value a, that means we can write x raised to n is equal to a, or we can write x is equal to nth root of a. If you get this equation, that means x is equal to square root of a with nth root, then if that x is irrational, if x is irrational number, that means this value irrational. Okay, if that value is irrational, on that time we can call square root of a raised to n as a surd. Okay, on that time that value a raised to n we can call it as a surd. So the symbol will be like a with n is called as a surd, where that sign is called as radical sign. That sign is called as radical sign, and that n is root of surd. Okay, and that a is called as radicand. So that will be the definition of surds. So now I have written two examples. In that first one, let a is equal to 7 and n is equal to 3. Then on that time, third root of 7 is surd because the third root of 7 is irrational number. Okay, that value will be irrational number. That is why that third root of 7 is called as a surd. Similarly here, in the second example I have written let a is equal to 27 and n is equal to 3. On that time, third root of 27 is not surd because the third root of 27 is 3. That means if you multiply 3 into 3 into 3, we will get 27 value. Okay, that means 27 cube root of 27 is 3, and 3 is a real number. So that is why, and 3 is not an irrational number. 3 is not an irrational number. That is why the cube root of third root of 27 is not a surd. Suppose the question is cube root of 8 is surd or not. That means you have to find whether that cube root of 3 cube root of 8 is surd or not. On that time you have to consider cube root of 8 is equal to p. Now we have to take cube on both sides so that that sign will be cancelled. So taking cube on both sides. So it will become 8 and that p will become p cube. So therefore p cube is equal to 8. We got p cube is equal to 8. Now we have to find numbers such that their cube is 8. Now we know 2 cube is equal to 8. We know the value of 2. If you take the cube of 2, it will be 8. There and 2 is not irrational number. And 2 is not an irrational number. So that is why, therefore, cube root of, therefore we will get the value is equal to 2 cube is equal to 8, and therefore cube root of 8 is not certain. If we have got here that value as a irrational number, on that time we will be able to say that cube root of 8 is assert. But here we got the value of that value as a 2, but 2 is not a irrational number, 2 is a real number. So that is why the cube root of 8 is not assert. This is how we have to solve the example. So now we will see what is the simplest form of surd. So suppose we have example 1 which is square root of 48. Now look here, square root of 48 we can write square root of 16 into 2. 16 into 3. Okay? If you multiply 16 with 3 times, you will get 48. So we can write in the under root 16 into 3. So now look here, we can separate that radical sign. So it will be 16 into square root of 3. So now look here, we have under root 16 and under root 3. Now under root 16 is a perfect square. That means that we can find the square root of that 16 and the value will be 4. Because we know 4 into 4 is equal to 16. So that is what we can use here. So the value of under root 16 is 4. So you can write 4 multiplication root 3. Now we cannot do anything more here because root 3 is a rational number. Okay. So that 4 into square root of 3. So we can write 4 root 3. And that form is the simplest form of that surd. Okay. Similarly here we have 98 under root of 98. So under root 19 we can write as the 49 into 2. If you multiply 49 with the 2, we will get square root of 98. So that we can separate under root 49 multiplication under root 2, which is equal to. Now look here, that under root 49. That 49 is a multiplication of 7 into 7, which is 49. So therefore we can write that 49 is a perfect square of 7. So we can write 7 multiplication root 2, and that we can write 7 root 2. So this is the simplest form of the surd. So next topic is similar or like surd. So root 2 minus 3 root 2, 4 by 5 root 2. These are like surds because their radicands are same. Look here, these are called radicands and their order is also same because they are square root only. Square root here also minus root 2 is a square root 4 upon 5 root 2. So the order is same in both the cases. So these are like surds. So we can take one more example, square root of 45 and square root of 80. Okay. Now that square root of 80 and square root of 45 we cannot say like. They are not like. So that these roots are called as a like surds because their radicands are same. But look here, if you have another example under root 45 and under root 80, they are not like surds because their radicands are not same because here radicand we have as a 45 and here we have 80. So but if you do that number as a simplest form, that means under root of 45 we can write 9 into 5, and 9 we know is a perfect square, so we can write 3 root 5, and 80 we can write as 16 into 5, which is 4 root 5. So if you do in the simplest form, okay, on that time we can see here that radicands are same, that means under root 5, and their orders are also same. So in that time we can say that under root 45 and under root 80 these are like surds. So now we will see the comparison of surds. Okay. So comparison means which one is a greater, which one is a smaller. So we can compare by using greater than, less than sign or greater than sign. So these are used for the comparison or equal to. Okay. So suppose we have example 6 square root 2 and 5 square root 5. So we have to compare that numbers. So for doing comparison, we have to write in the form. That means we can write as a square root of 36 or multiplication square root of 2, or we have to use some sign square root of 25 and multiplication square root of 5. Okay, so which is equal to, now square root, we can write this term as a square root of 36 into 2, and we can write here square root of 25 into 5. Okay, now if you do the multiplication, that means if you multiply that 36 by 2, we will get square root of 72. Okay, and if you multiply that inside the bracket, we will get 125. So now we know that square root of 125 is greater as compared to the square root of 72. Therefore, that second term is greater. So we can write, therefore 6 root 2 is less than 5 root 5. So this is how we have to compare the surds. Similarly, example 2, look here, that 8 we can write under root of 64, because we know 8 into 8 is 64. Square root of 64 is 8 only. So square root of 64 multiplication square root of 3, inside here nothing will become, and 192 as it is. So now we can write 64 multiplication 3. Okay, now we multiply that 62 with 3. Okay, here we have 64. If you multiply that 64 with the 3, we will get square root of 192. And here also we have 192, square root of 192. And we know that square root of 192 is equal to the square root of 192. Therefore, 8 root 3 is equal to square root of 192. So next topic is operations on like surds. That means we have to do operations means addition, multiplication, subtraction and division. Okay. Now question is simplify 7 root 3 plus 29 root 3. Okay. If you carefully look here, these are like surds. So we can directly add them. That means 7 plus 29 inside the bracket and root 3. So which is equal to 7 plus 29 is equal to 36 root 3. So that will be your answer. So if you look at the second example, here also the surds are like, so we can directly subtract them. 7 minus 29, 3, which is equal to minus 22 root 3. So that will be your answer. So this is example number 3. 13 root 8 plus 1 by 2 root 8 minus 5 root 8. So we can see their surds are equal. Their radians are equal, so they are like surds. So we can directly do the plus and addition and subtraction. So 13 plus 1 by 2 minus 5 outside the bracket root 8. So which is equal to, so now look here, the denominator of that 13 is 1 and denominator of that 5 is 1. So we have to do same the denominator. So it will be 2, 13 2s are 36, 26 plus 1 minus 10 into root 8, which is equal to 27 minus 10, which is equal to 17 upon 2 into root 8. So that root 8 we can write as a 17 upon 2, that root 8 we can write 4 into 2. Okay, because we can multiply 4 into 2, we will get 8. But that 4 is a perfect square, that means we can take it outside and it will become 2. So which is equal to 17 upon 2 multiplication, that square root of 4 we can write 2 multiplication root 2. So 2 gets cancelled and 17 root 2, that will be your answer. So now next example is multiplication of under root 7 into multiplication of under root 42. So if you carefully look at that example, that multiplication we can do directly, that means 7 multiplication 42, and that we can write 7 and 42. 42 we can write 7 into 6. 7 6 are 42. So look here, that 7 and 7 both are repeating. So we can write outside the bracket, 1 7 will come outside the bracket and inside the bracket 6 will come. So 7 square root 6, that will be your answer. So this is example number 5. We have to divide square root of 125 by square root of 5. So that division also we have to do directly. So it will be 125 square root of 125 divided by square root of 5. That now we can do that radical sign common to both. That means under the radical sign 125 divided by 5 will come. Now we can divide 125 by 5 after 25 times. So it will be square root of 25. And you know the square root of 25 is 5. So that will be your final answer. So our next topic is rationalization of surds. So if we multiply two surds and if you get a real number, then that multiplication number is called as a rationalizing factor. For example, suppose we have root 2 and suppose we are multiplying that root 2 with the root 2. So after multiplication of root 2 and root 2 will be root 4 and root 4 we know 2. So that 2 is a real number. Okay, that root 4 is a real number. Root 2 is a real number. Therefore, root 2 is rationalizing factor of root 2. Okay, therefore root 2 is a rationalizing factor of root 2. That is called as a rationalization. So the question will be like, find the rationalizing factor of under root of 27. Okay, so we have to write 27 here. So square root of 27 we can write square root of 9 into 3, which we can write so that square root of 9 into 3, that 9 we know is a perfect square, so we can write 3 root 3. So if we multiply that 3 root 3 with the root 3, we will get that multiplication of root 3 into root 3 will be 3. So 3 multiplication 3 and which is equal to 9, and 9 is a real number. Okay, so 9 is a real number. Therefore, that factor root 3 is rationalizing factor of under root 27. Okay, so this is how we have to find the rationalizing factor of any number. So suppose our question is rationalize the denominator of 1 upon root 5. Okay, so if you look at the denominator, we have root 5. So we have to multiply to the numerator and denominator both. So on that time we have to multiply to the denominator only by the radicand. Okay, so it will be 1 upon root 5 and multiplication under root 5 divided by root 5. So it will be, if you multiply to the numerator it will be under root 5, and if you multiply the denominator, so it will be 5 into 5 will be 5 only. So therefore the final answer will be under root 5 upon 5. So suppose the question is rationalize the denominator of 3 upon 2 root 7. On that time we have to rationalize the denominator. So if you carefully look at the denominator, we have root 7 as a radicand. So we will multiply the numerator and denominator by the radicand, which is under root 7. So it will be 3 upon 2 root 7 multiplication root 7 upon root 7. So it will be 3 root 7 divided by 2 root 7 multiplication root 7. So 3 root 7 divided by 2. Now 7 root 7 into root 7 will be 7 only. So the answer will be 3 root 7 divided by 7 into 2 will be 14. So that will be your final answer. So the practice set 2.3 will be your homework, and the questions I will send in your group. Okay, thank you.